Overstimulation is making you feel empty. So back in the days when I was scrolling hours a day, I literally had moments where I lay in bed and started to cry for no reason. But when I quit social media and wasn't overstimulated all the time, everything changed. So even these small things like just taking a walk out in nature gave me that deep sense of fulfillment, and life really started to feel romantic, and I want that for you too. So in this video I will show you how to get out of this constant overstimulation and how to finally appreciate life again. So the thing is, when you're overstimulated and scrolling for hours a day, everything else feels boring. You don't even have the motivation to go out and enjoy nature and so on. And of course, it's logical because your dopamine is just fucked up from all this overstimulation. So I understand why currently you are probably not going out, enjoying life, enjoying nature, but you have to understand that this feeling of boredom is the thing that gets you to a deep sense of fulfillment afterwards. So it's this small, painful experience, painful in the sense of bored, but afterwards you are starting to think and just appreciate these small things. But the process goes about like this. So if you're currently just scrolling pretty often, hours a day, then you are just walking around with no music in, or just sitting around doing nothing, just staring at a wall, then it will feel uncomfortable at first, of course, because you don't have any stimulation. You can try it out later. It's just, it feels uncomfortable, of course, because there's no stimulation at all and you're used to getting stimulated all the time. But then you start to get thoughts, and that's also something where I think many people, they don't really want to have these thoughts, because all these thoughts that would come up, what you think, okay, I would like to have a great physique, but then I would have to go to the gym and so on, and why am I not doing this, and yeah, I don't know. So just all these thoughts about what you should do and so on, they come up, and this can of course feel uncomfortable. But if you're going through that and not reaching for your phone directly if thoughts come up, then you start to get comfortable with just sitting alone with yourself. And that's, in the modern days, I would say that's a really valuable skill, because so many people just can't sit alone with their own thoughts. And that's, if you think about it, that's ill, that's sick. How can that be possible, you know? And that's also the thing that gets you to a deeper sense of fulfillment, because you don't need outside stimulation to feel a bit good. You just can sit around or go outside, walk around in nature, notice the leaves on the trees and so on, and just feel good for that. You don't need social media and all this stimulation anymore. So I think it's really worth it. Pretty much everything you do is more productive than scrolling around. Even just sitting around doing nothing is better than worsening your attention span or fucking up your dopamine, you know? Because scrolling has a bad impact, and if you just don't do anything, it's the trajectory of your life goes up, because you're not worsening yourself, you know? And you might also think, yeah, okay, but all these goals like maybe getting a great physique. I don't know what's the goal for you, but maybe making your first money online, getting a great physique, maybe learning a skill like playing the piano or learning an instrument or anything. How does sitting around and doing nothing help me with that, or going out into nature? How does this help me with that? And yeah, it's actually pretty simple, because just not being on social media, not getting overstimulated, makes your dopamine baseline go up. So I won't go too deep into this, but basically, if you get these really high stimulation moments, you have these high peaks of dopamine, but through these high peaks, your baseline goes down. And if you don't have those high peaks, your baseline goes up. And what this baseline means, so dopamine is there to get you motivated to do stuff, to actually get you started to do stuff. And if your baseline is really low, you are just not motivated. You are not going to do anything. But if your baseline is up higher, you are more motivated to do stuff and actually work on your goals, start working on your business, going to the gym, learning a new skill, anything. Just life gets just easier. And when I tell you to just go out, enjoy nature, take a walk, of course I understand why you would think, yeah, but how does this make me successful? How does this help me with my life in general? And of course, taking a walk won't make you your first money directly, or taking a walk won't get you to learn an instrument or so on. But it's these first small steps. It doesn't matter how small the step is. If it's a step in the right direction, it's good. Just some examples from my life. So with the gym, here's a picture of my physique, but I didn't start just going to the gym 5 days a week at the beginning. I was doing 10 push-ups a day. When I woke up, I just did my 10-15 push-ups. And I didn't even do them every day, because at that time I still was on social media and so on, and it really felt hard to do these small actions, to do 15 push-ups, or to do anything, But just doing this got me on the right trajectory. So after that, a few months later, I went to the gym with someone. So before I thought, okay, I'm just going to do a bit of calisthenics, but then I went to the gym with a friend, and he showed me, okay, you can do this and this. And then I noticed, okay, the gym is really nice, and for me it's better than calisthenics. And so I started going to the gym probably in the beginning more like 3 days a week, but then 4 or 5 days a week, and started to eat more, and so on and so on and so on. And now I have this physique. And that's just these small action, like these few push-ups, maybe only one push-up at some days. These small actions get you to the big result. Another example from my life. So a few months ago, I made my first money online. That was this huge goal for me. But I didn't start with having the right business model and working really much on it and so on. I just tried different business models that were a bit goofy. So I even wanted to do these AI quizzes, and wanted to post charts, this stuff that, I mean, of course it can work, but it's a bit of a shit business model. I mean, it's not fulfilling if you're just keeping people on social media and so on. And I didn't really do it then, but it was like this idea, and I started to get these quizzes from ChatGPT, these questions and so on. Or I wanted to make a community where I get people. So I was a skateboarder. I skateboarded much, and so I wanted to do a paid community for skateboarders and so on. And I thought, okay, that's going to be it. And of course, these steps didn't give me money directly, but they were just the first steps into the right direction. And then I found a business model where I thought, yeah, okay, it's going to work for me. I'm going to put really much time into it. So for me, it was copywriting. So I bought a book about it, and yeah, got information on it. Then bought a course, a mentoring, and so on. And then 6 months later, I got my first client who gave me 2,000 euros for some text I wrote for him. And that's like, it was this huge goal for me, but I didn't start to just get there. And yeah, it started with these really small steps. And that's also why I want you to just start with, if you're at school or at work, the next time you walk there, you go there, just not listening to music, because music is also stimulating and numbing your thoughts. You don't have to think, don't have to be bored. So that's like a really, really small step you can just take right now. And trust me, of course, it seems like this really small step that's not going to change anything. But it was the same with doing the push-ups. Just start with really small steps. And if you want to do more, you can watch some other videos of me, how to get there faster. But just for now, go to school or work, or next time you go to the gym, just don't listen to music. That's like the first step. Or another step I want you to do is just turning off notifications for your social media apps, because that's just, I mean, it's so easy. It's just to go into the settings, turn them notifications off, and then your screen time goes down, and you have more time for your goals and more motivation for working on your goals, and so on. So it's just a no-brainer. Steps like these are just those small steps that get you to start, and that are the most important ones. So I hope the video helped you. You could take something out of it, and I hope you also turned off the notifications and really do some of these action steps, because of course it's nice to know this stuff, but taking action, that's the most important part. Even if it's small, just taking action. So turn off the notifications right now, not after the next video or the next 2 videos. I know that seems convenient, but you're probably not going to do it afterwards. So just do it now. And trust me, the next time you go anywhere, just try to not listen to music, not scroll on your phone. These are the first steps that get you to your big goals. So, bye.